Well, according to the PMI indicator, that shows the production, well, in the whole area, in whole sectors, is indeed slowing down. And it probably is the biggest hit ever since the breakout of the COVID-19. And we're thinking the upper stream of the whole production has been suffering from, the less sufficient demand in China. So economy is indeed slowing down, not only in China, and we're also seeing the similar indicators is happening in the US and in West Europe. The whole PMI indicators is also being shrinking from like 1% to like 3%. So I think we're facing a very important juncture right now. The economy is turning from the inflation period of time to stagflation. So we're probably going to see the total slowing down of the whole economy all over the world from the end of this year to the beginning of the next year.
So do you think that a lot of what's behind the drop from July to August then will continue then for the rest of the year?
Well, I don't think it's going to be for that long, but we're still going to see them existing for quite a while. For example, in China, we're seeing the COVID-19 pandemic, especially the Delta variants, is still being with us. Several cases are still been breaking out every once in a while. So the government is still forcing on very strict policies to contain the, the virus. And also, we're seeing, in China, the flood is happening in August, a very serious flood happening in Henan province and in Hebei province and etc. Those are very important production centers and also transportation centers all over China, and then hit on the production area as well. And also we're going to see that the substitute effect of the production and export all over the world has been shrinking. And also we're seeing the credit granting and taking activities is also be slowing down. Plus the government controlling on the real estate bubbles and also been with us for quite a while. So yes, we're gonna see them being with us for a while, but also we're being optimistic to see that the economy is gonna be stabilized after that, after the beginning of the next year.
So then in terms of how companies strategize then, how optimistic are they about a quick rebound?
Well, we're not seeing a quick rebound per se, but we're going to see the economy is going to be stabilized because we're foreseeing that the government, for example, the monetary policy is going to be more easing after the end of this year. Well, it's like in the Federal Reserve, Chairman Powell is still keeping on a rather easing monetary policy in the U.S., and a similar practice has been forced in Europe. And also in China, we're going to foresee that the monetary policy is going to be easier than currently. And the government probably would going to release more of the infrastructure project, and also the fiscal budget is going to be looser after this period of time. So we're going to see an easier monetary environment, plus people is going to welcoming the spring festivals, and consumption is going to catch up. So not so bad as we can see.
And you mentioned some of these near-term policies that we can expect. What other domestic factors might help boost growth?
Well, domestically, we're seeing the government right now is preparing more of the stimulus packages to help boost the economy. Chinese, especially the PBOC, the central bank, is always preventing the overheating of the economy. So especially early in the April or May of this year, the government have already stepped the paddle to control the granting of the credit. So we're seeing the grant taking, the credit taking in the August and July has actually been shrinking. But I don't think this is going to be continue with us. The government will release the monetary supply, I think early in September or late in October or November. So we're going to see more of this policies been catching up. So I'm not so afraid of the whole environment.
And just very quickly, what factors outside of China do you think will help fuel or hinder China's recovery?
I think the uncertainty, well, is still being with us. We're not sure about the pandemic, especially in the emerging market, especially in India and in Vietnam and in Latin America. We're not sure about these countries COVID-19 is controlling. So hence, probably going to affect the two sides of us. One is the supply. There are also the manufacturing sectors and the value chain. And second, there also was huge populations with huge demand. So if this still been with us, so it's hard to say whether the whole economy globally will recover that much. And plus, in the developed nations and the US and Europe, they also face the similar uncertainties with the COVAX and also with the control of the pandemic. So we're going to wait and see.